Why a Superman video game is so hard to make. Let's get into it.
We've got tons of incredible superhero games at this point. There are true classics from Batman Arkham Knight to Marvel Spider-Man to hell, even Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a really good superhero game. At this point, it seems like developers.
But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the two hardest games to make is either Superman or The Flash, bro. Cause how can they make up how can anybody really realistically beat The Flash without the writers against them, bro? You have free reign and control over the city. How the fuck can you technically lose? Let's be honest here.
About how to do a good superhero game.
Like, it's just so hard to actually write somebody that's actually faster than the speed of light. It's so hard to write that shit, or like at least put it into a game aspect.
And yet, one remains. The most iconic superhero of all time. The original.
The original what? Superhero?
So, what's the holdup? What's the problem?
Yo, Injustice, this game was actually so tough, bro. I gotta hop back in. Bro, if y'all want to see me play this on stream and then put it onto a YouTube video, bro, I'll do it. I promise you, I'll play this game, bro. But let's be honest here. Batman is not surviving this, bro. There's no way Batman can survive this. Is that Batman, right? That's Batman? There's no way he's surviving that. Bro, there's no way he's surviving that shit.
What's the hubbub, bub? Why's making a Superman game apparently harder than damaging Superman? Because here's the thing. People have gotten close. There's games that flirt with the idea, moments that almost crack it, even projects that basically do it. And yet, there's no good Man of Steel game. Hi folks, it's Falcon. Become a member of the 1% Club for the Unhinged Stuff weekly. Today on Game Ranks, why is a Superman video game so hard to make? So I've seen a fair few number of people attempt to answer this question, and it seems like it always lands on Superman is too powerful. And on paper, yeah, that's definitely true. The guy is essentially invincible. I mean, there's not a lot of kryptonite.
Like, how can you write a good enemy for the main storyline? Like, what enemy? Like, what are you gonna put Lex Luthor? Like, I guess he can hold him off for a minute, but what's stopping him from just going to him? Skipping the whole entire plot, you know what I'm saying, taking out the foot, so he could just skip all the foot soldiers and just take him out directly, and that would be end of the arc.
Around Metropolis, there's more than you would think there would be, but not a lot. Guy flies faster than sound. He can shoot lasers out of his eyes. He can freeze stuff with his breath. He can wear underwear on the outside of his clothing, and no one but
I low-key never understood that, and we never thought it was weird either, which it definitely isn't. It's just bro's wearing underwear on the outside of his pants. That's low-key kind of crazy. I never really thought about even Batman does that shit too. If you look at some variations of Batman does that shit too. He's not the only, Superman's not the only one.
his chops in world. And when you really think about it, that does present a challenge for developers.
Yo, that game is peak too. If y'all know this game, this is DC Universe Online. Bro, this game was peak as fuck. I might have some gameplays for y'all.
Which is presenting a challenge to the player when you're basically an invincible dude.
Yo, nah. The GTA mods, bro, the GTA mods is another peak. This shit is, it's just fun. It's like a sandbox world, basically. You can just do whatever you want. And also you can't do this in the DC Universe Online because you can't attack humans. So it's the closest thing you can do to being an evil Superman, basically.
Who is in no way embarrassed to be seen in his underwear and a cape at once. The people who have actually attempted to make a Superman game respond to this problem by basically nerfing Superman.
It's gonna be it's stupid. The only way you can make a video game of him is if you nerf him. That's the only way. And this is not gonna be true Superman. It's not even making an actual game based around him. You feel me?
To some extent makes sense. You can't exactly make a beat 'em up with other characters and Superman being playable where Superman gets to have the amount of power Superman has. There's just no point in the game. Same time, it's kind of like making a racing game where the cars can't go faster than 20 miles per hour. I mean, you could probably make that, but it feels like it's missing the point a bit. I mean, maybe the racing game where the cars go 20 miles per hour is missing the point a little bit more than Superman being...
Yo, is that a truck game? I gotta play that shit too. People will say that's actually hard because it's like a truck simulator. Bro, I'm gonna actually try that one day. I forgot what it's called. Truck simulator, right?
beat him up and have his powers. You get what I'm saying, right? Either way, it's missing the point. Games are kind of built around the possibility of failure, and Superman isn't. The problem is, at least one game solved that. So, in 2006, Electronic Arts published a Superman Returns game. And instead of giving Superman a health bar, it actually gives the city a health bar. And that's actually a really good idea, because Superman stories actually have the exact same problem that Superman video games have. You can't hurt him. How do you have stakes in a story where the guy's invincible? Well, the best Superman stories are not about him getting hurt. They're about him not being able to prevent somebody else or just everyone else.
That actually kind of makes sense. That actually kind of makes a lot of sense, because you can't hurt him, so you gotta hurt the ones around him.
From being hurt. Superman generally can't save everyone, and that's generally his cross to bear. He's an all-powerful dude amongst a bunch of relative weaklings that he relates to.
But I feel like that's low-key the reason why he's not like everybody's favorite character, because like they feel like he doesn't have enough depth to him. Like when he fights, it's not nothing really at stake for him specifically, but it's a stake from like the things around him. Like he can't really be hurt. So I think that's just like people find that boring about him. That's why like people just think he's just generic and it's just Superman. Like, oh, he's basic. He doesn't have any depth to him. Like I used to think that a lot too, I'm not gonna lie. But he actually does have a quite a bit of depth for somebody who's invincible.
He likes or loves could be killed by a thing that would be the equivalent of a paper cut to him. Now, I don't want to talk about Superman Returns for too long, because although they did solve that problem, on paper, it doesn't mean the game was good. There are some things it does well. The flying is pretty cool. Metropolis as a city in a video game at the time, 2006, was also pretty cool. There was a lot of stuff that didn't work. Its Metacritic score was like something in the mid-50s, and it's not like it didn't deserve that. And it's here that I'm going to posit that's actually not the problem with Superman games, because although everybody seems to land on that, what is generally regarded as not a great game, in fact, the last, I think, AAA Superman game solved that problem in a manner that, again, on paper, I think is good, like does it. Renders that problem obsolete as far as I'm concerned. So what's the real problem? I think it's actually a confluence of things. The primary thing I want to talk about is Warner Brothers. The company Warner Brothers. And I mean, there's one very obvious problem there. It's that Warner Brothers doesn't really know what to do with their video game studios. They're often kind of floundering in that. But I want to go even a little.
Didn't this game get canceled? Like, this is the most random game. Like, you literally have LeBron facing Superman. What the fuck? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I played this game once or twice before it got canceled. It's canceled, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't want to. Somebody fact check me on that in the comments.
Further than that, I want to talk about Monolith Productions for a moment and their final project, the canceled Wonder Woman game. Now, there are things beyond what I'm going to say that affect this situation, but I want to use them as an example as kind of a victim of the major companies' decisions and problems. Kevin, Eric, and myself on the Falcon Show are pretty regularly mourning Monolith Productions, and I think their closure is a bit of a loss to the world. We're always talking about stuff like that on the Falcon Show. Check it out by becoming a 1% Club member. Anyway, so the original Wonder Woman movie was pretty well received. It did well at the box office, people liked it, and obviously that made the company go, well, we should probably...
I'll be honest, I didn't watch this movie. I did not watch this movie, bro. It looks tough, though, I'm not gonna lie. Wonder Woman looks like an accurate Wonder Woman.
A Wonder Woman game, right? So they put Monolith Soft on it. Apparently they were going to do Nemesis Engine stuff, which would have been really cool. But Wonder Woman was one of the few DC movies that did well in that way. They all made money, but the DCU was not the kind of consistent thing that the MCU was. Maybe to the point of fault. Marvel's problem actually is kind of that.
That's the thing about the DCU and the MCU. The MCU was better at movies, but I feel like the DCU had better shows. And by shows, I mean like the CW shows. Like, them shits were peak, bro. You can't say that the Arrow, the Flash, all those shows weren't good, bro. Those were wonderful shows. Oh, I didn't really enjoy was Supergirl. I even messed with the Legends. I didn't mess with Supergirl though. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't a good show to me.
Consistency at this point, but that's another topic. Rather than spending the time figuring out why people liked Wonder Woman, they instead just dumped the entirety of the next Wonder Woman project on the director's shoulders, who wasn't really sure what to do. They assumed that because she directed the first film and people liked it, that she should write the second film, and gave her carte blanche to do whatever, and, well, that's actually not how you should do that. I mean, obviously, because she wrote it and directed it, she does deserve plenty of the blame, but I think Warner Brothers made the wrong decision being like, well, Patty Jenkins directed the first one, so that means she should be in charge of absolutely everything on the second one. Because Wonder Woman 1984 sucked. People generally think that it sucked too. It's not just that, oh, Falcon's cranky and thinks the sequels are bad.
But my only person has never seen these movies. Like, I didn't even know this movie existed, dude.
Do everything and be everything. Like, its plot is centered literally around.
What is this suit? When has Wonder Woman ever put this on? Maybe in the comics once or twice, and I don't read the comics, so maybe she has. But as far as the normal people that haven't seen every single comic, that haven't read every single comic, when has she ever worn this, bro? When?
That, around magic, around everything being possible, and, well, it's starting to sound like a familiar problem, isn't it? Both a problem for video games and a problem for the idea of a Superman video game. I bring this up because that movie is treated as a failure, and the way that Warner Brothers treats failures, it's kind of different than how a lot of companies do. If this were certain others...
Oh my god. No. I just peeped what that game was, bro. Bro, this game was good as fuck. So this was MK versus DC Universe, bro. This was the best fighting game. Oh my god, bro. That shit was better than Injustice, bro. It was better than all of them. I actually stand corrected. This shit was it was way better than Injustice, bro. I love this game, bro. This was the perfect crossover game, bro.
How a lot of companies do.
And like, you even see the fall scenes. Like, this shit was tough. Like, you had to time the fall, so like, if you timed it wrong, you would get hit, you would lose the battle, then they would turn around and be on top of you. Like, bro, this shit was so tough.
In other companies, you'd still be seeing Wonder Woman movies. Not so with Warner Brothers. Wonder Woman has ceased to exist following Wonder Woman 1984. It has ceased to exist to such an extent that the studio working on a Wonder Woman game also ceased to exist. Like, apparently that was their reason for existing in Warner Brothers' eyes, so they shut them down. I will remind you that usually things are a little more complicated than this, but I think the aspect of Wonder Woman I am talking about here, and of failure and success in Warner Brothers' eyes, is one that people aren't going to dispute. The Superman Returns video game wasn't just bad, it was another bad Superman game. The previous high-level Xbox exclusive Superman.
What is this cover? I know it's a different time, but this cover even looks ass. It makes me not want to play it. We're definitely in a different time, so maybe it could have been more appealing back then. But right now, this shit just looks terrible. I feel like even if I lived back then, I wouldn't want to play this.
Was widely regarded as very bad, with a 44% on Metacritic. That same year, there was a Superman animated series game that came out on PS2 and GameCube called Superman Shadow of Apocalypse. It fared a little bit better with a Metacritic score of 64%, but I also think part of that is due to the fact that they had the entire voice cast of the show in the game, and I do think that counts for something. And the previous mainline Superman game to that came out in 1999 on the Nintendo 64 called Superman The New Adventures, which is widely regarded as...
Yo, it's crazy how much gaming has evolved. What the fuck are these character models and why are they moving like this, yo? How did that, like... It's crazy, like, if we were living back then and we played these games, like, this shit would have, like, seemed like high quality to us, which is really crazy to, like, think about, because the way that technology evolved, like, we complain about shit graphics that are like 10 times comparable to this, like,
ever made. Superman The New Adventures, or Superman 64, or The New Superman Adventures, or whatever the hell this game is called, has a number of levels.
Like, if we were to get this shit right now, bro, whoever made this game will go out of business immediately. That's literally how crazy the world of gaming has evolved.
That have design flaws that make it more or less not possible to beat without cheating. I'm not going to bring up the myriad of handheld and mobile Superman games, but those were also not well received, and effectively they stopped making Superman games, either the mainline ones or throwaway mobile titles, in 2006. That's 20 years ago. They had taken such a beating with failure.
Yo, the entire room didn't even load in until bro made it to the other side of the room.
Failure after failure, that I kind of think they were embarrassed by the prospect of another Superman game at all. And I kind of think they still are. If you bring up the prospect of a Superman game in the Warner Brothers offices, I have to imagine people start walking around like dogs with tails between them.
But I feel like it would look better and be received better because we have way better graphics now. So like, all we have to do is just make the storyline good and making like the plot good. That's all it comes down to. Because the graphics, I don't think that should be a problem, bro. He's a guy that flies.
Yeah, I don't know if we do that. If it doesn't turn out well, we're gonna get lambasted for it. And that's true. They're not wrong if that's what they think. If they did make a Superman game and it was on the level of the quality of previous Superman games, that's exactly what would happen. I bet there would also be another round of videos where everybody says the reason you can't make a Superman game is because of what I said at the beginning that I don't think is the actual problem. And I think this is a good place to mention that there are a lot of games that aren't Superman games, but do it right. Now, granted, they don't usually feature Superman. First off, there's Undefeated, which is free. Granted, it's kind of...
I played this, but I feel like it's kind of limited. Like, it's just very limited. You feel me? Like, you're just, like, bound to a certain set of, like, things to do. Like, it's not enough to do, I don't think. I didn't get too far into the plot, so maybe there is more things to do. But as far as I got, like, I played this, like, little city part, and I defeated a couple enemies, and then I hopped straight off the shit.
Tech demo for a developer that did it kind of as a project and it turned into a bigger thing. There's a game that will be coming out allegedly this year called Undefeated Genesis, which takes...
I was thinking about 9 days. That game that we saw before, I think that was called 9 Days. I've seen something like it. Look it up, but it's like this game that's like Superman. You can literally go into the universe, you can go into the space like realm and destroy planets. Like, it looks kind of cool, but people are saying it's kind of limited too. Like, you can do certain things, but like, it's just like the combat. I think the problem is really the combat. Maybe I could be wrong. I'll go try that myself one day.
Up to the full game level, but if you've ever played Undefeated, it's fun. If you've never played Undefeated, I would highly recommend it. There's so many fun things to do in it, and it's just a little mess around open city environment where you have unlimited superpower.
Like I said, there could be more things to do in that game. I don't know. I just know that once I played it for at least like 20 minutes, and then I hopped straight off the shit.
You do Superman. It's Superman. It's a Superman game. And it's a Superman game without even any real point. It's not like a fully featured game. It's just an experience that, man, it's fun. Again, it's also free, so if you think that a Superman game would be fun, download Undefeated now. It is. It's not the only one that's done it either. There's that mod for the Matrix Unreal demo that, to be frank, is also a great example of how you could do a Superman game. They don't have Superman in that. It's generic, fake Superman, but it's for all intents and purposes Superman. It's fun as hell. There's a GTA 5 mod for Superman.
Now, the GTA 5 mod is actually tough. That shit, I recommend you go try that if you have GTA 5 and you have a PC. It's actually good. You just have to download the scripts for like enemies and shit, and then you can have some shit to fight. Like spawn like 5 Hulks and then just fight them. That shit is gonna be, it literally is the most fun thing you'll ever do on GTA.
It's also quite fun. I don't know that I'd put it on exactly the level of Undefeated or the Unreal demo. There's also the first-person Megaton Rainfall, which is, for all intents and purposes, a first-person VR Superman game. It's not necessarily only in VR, but it did tout itself as using VR. The idea is there's an alien invasion, you have to protect the planet, with as little collateral damage as possible. Granted, the powers that you get are a lot of fun to use to cause collateral damage, and I do think that illustrates a certain problem with Superman. Superman is the ultimate nice guy, and I don't mean that as in the annoying type of nice guy. I mean like he's actually a nice fella. If you started messing around with Superman powers in an open world sandbox, you'd probably kill a lot of people, and that might feel weird because you're Superman. I don't know if that's enough to actually put the brakes on making one of these games, but it certainly is a problem, and I think Megaton Rainfall is a pretty good example of how it's a problem. There's also games that feature Superman where the Superman gameplay is actually pretty good too. There are a load of people who talk about the Superman gameplay in Lego Batman 2.
Nah, I've played Lego Batman, but I don't remember playing with Superman on Lego Batman. Maybe I did, but like maybe it was good. I don't know. I did like the game Lego Batman. It was a good game.
As mesmerizing. And if you've played it, you could see why. It's good. The flying is enjoyable. When you start doing the flying, it starts playing John Williams' Superman theme, and that just makes it feel epic as hell. And again, it's not a Superman game, so it's not a fully featured campaign or anything, but it is certainly a glimpse of a game with a playable Superman that isn't nerfed, that works, and was published by Warner Brothers Interactive. It was developed by Traveler's Tales, but I mean, they even almost borderline sneak Superman in. Like, look at the Lego Batman 2 box art. He's there, but like he kind of blends in. Like the city's blue, he's blue.
Now I will say that Lego, they definitely know what they're doing when they come to these superhero games. Like when they do these cameos, they definitely know what they're doing, bro. Except for that Fortnite collab shit. I'd never played that ever in my life.
If you're just casually glancing past it, you're probably not going to notice Superman. And I think that's kind of how they feel about Superman video games. They don't want you to notice them. They want you to forget. And I think that it makes sense. No matter how good a Superman game is, most reviews will contain a reference to Superman 64 somewhere in them. Like the idea that Superman games are impossible to make.
So Warner Brothers basically just got spooked out of Superman games because the first like iteration of them was so terrible.
Pretty seared into the public's consciousness. But at this point, I just don't buy that you can't do it. Whether they hired the guy who made Undefeated, or they just played Undefeated and go, we could do this. Or the same thing with the Unreal Engine demo.
Like I genuinely like I'm not a game developer, but like I could be just like crazy saying this shit, but I don't think it's that hard to make a Superman game. Like it's really like I said earlier, it just comes down to the fucking plot. Like the plot's good. We can find good animation, bro, and good graphics. Like all that shit is easily accessible nowadays. Like all games have good graphics, damn near all the time now, unless it's like a simple ass game. But graphics won't be a problem. It's just the plot, bro. Get some comic book nerds. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, I fuck with those type of people because I like having debates with them. You know what I'm saying? They get easily rage baited, but get some comic book nerds that know what they're talking about and get the plot and story straight. That's all you have to do.
Or the same thing with the studio that made Megaton Rainfall Pentadimensional Games, which I guess still exists. They released a game back in 2023 called Tenebris Pictura, and I have no idea whether that is a good game or a bad game. It looks interesting. That's sort of a Victorian London looking thing with pink goo. I don't know. I'll bet they would jump at making a Superman game if I'm gonna be honest. I'd probably personally prefer a third-person game to a first-person game, but I think Megaton Rainfall and the others I mentioned do prove you can make a Superman game. The question is, will Warner Brothers get over the shame of having produced the previous
Please, bro. It's been like damn near like 2 decades, right? More, maybe even more. Whenever this game came out, this shit looks like it was made in the 90s, bro. Whenever this was made, I know there's a significant time gap between now and then. Bro, go ahead and make the game, bro. It can't be that serious, dude. Just make the game.
games. Seriously, they're like the only Western developer that has shame. Like you hear about that from like Japanese developers and stuff. Oh, they were very ashamed of the way that this game performed. They thought it didn't do well and that they didn't do their jobs as well. And well,
And while you're at it, go ahead and make a Flash game too. Make a Flash game. That shit can't be that hard either. It might be harder. It actually might be harder than making a Superman game. But go ahead and make it, bro. For the love of the game, I need to play the Flash. I'm tired of playing mods.
punishing themselves over it for the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, I'm exaggerating, of course, but like you never hear that with Western developers, Western companies, really. And I'm exaggerating. A company can't feel shame, and it's probably not the whole story, but it's fun to frame it that way. And I don't think it's necessarily not true. I mean, even if it's not shame per se, they're certainly embarrassed. So to answer the question, why is it impossible to make a Superman game? Well, in my opinion, the answer is it's not, and they just don't. And I don't know, maybe we can tease them into making it. Like, ooh, you chicken can't come out of your shell and make a Superman game.
Hey, this guy's funny, bro. Dead ass though, bro. Like, I've never seen a company with shame. Like, that's actually crazy work, bro. There's no way that they're embarrassed about a game that they released years ago, bro.
I don't want to make a Superman game. It's gonna make me look stupid. Make a Superman game or I'm taking your lunch money, Warner Brothers Games. Just bully them into making it? I don't know. I mean, seriously though, Warner Brothers Games, just play those games and go, you know, it's not actually that impossible. Maybe the sky actually is the limit. Maybe our man can be super again in a video game. What do you?
Hey, y'all let me know what y'all favorite Superman iteration game or mod is down in the comments, man. And I'll see you on the next video. I'm out.